Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to Lorcana. It is giveaway time. We are giving away a mat and a first chapter gift set. The gift set is from first chapter and the mat is from Set Champs, the Maribel mat. Sorry guys, I'm sorry I trolled you, but giveaway is still going on. And all you have to do is be subscribed to the channel. Enter down below in the comments what character you would like to see printed as an enchanted next set. That's all you have to do. And you'll be entered to win first chapter box and this Maribel mat donated kindly by Mike. Shout out to you, Mike. This was donated by Mike, so appreciate you so much for supporting the channel and giving us stuff to give away. If you don't celebrate Christmas, then it's a holiday giveaway. But make sure to enter, guys. I want to give this stuff out to you guys. We want somebody to win. But check the description for more details on how to enter. And today, we're going to talk about Charlie's Collectible Show 10K tournament that just happened over the weekend. And if you weren't already aware, the reigning champ, Brendan DeCandio, took it once again 2 seasons in a row. 2 sets in a row. Do they have it every set? Let me know if you know. But this was a 10K tournament. They had so many participants, so they made it a 10K. I think it was supposed to be less, but let's go over the deck list today and let me know what you think about this deck list here. I know he's been running this during the Intercontinental Challenge and it's been doing very, very well. This is a different variant of Amber Steel that we're used to. They're running the Dwarf's Mine and they're running a bunch of little dwarves too, Happy and the Doc. 2 very cool cards, especially the Doc. He draws you 2 cards, you discard your whole hand. He's a great replacement for A Whole New World. Let's go over some of these characters. He's running the Daisy Duck, the Happy, the Cinderella as his 1-drops. Cindy, Storm, and Strength are incredible. They are extremely broken. This is why Amber Steel Songs is one of the best decks, because of this package here, the Cindy, Storm, Strength. The Daisy Duck for the aggro. Happy, he is a 1-cost that can move into the Swerving Dwarves location and ping a character for 2 damage. So, if you're out of songs, it's fine. You have a Dwarves location mine in play. The Calhoun at 4, she's an inkable, but he doesn't care. He's playing her at 4 because she does a lot of work, especially into the purple, into the mirror. If you're playing another Amber Steel Songs, Calhoun is a big threat. It stops aggro in their tracks. The Doc to draw and the Lilo at 4. The Lilo is really interesting because she keeps recurring herself. You can always ink her away or discard her with Doc and bring her back, but her trigger does have to be at the start of the turn before you draw, before you see what you top deck or what you draw into. I think this is a very strong variant into red-blue. Historically, Amber Steel Songs sucks into red-blue, but it's gotten better with the help of Daisy. Piglet's also fantastic, and the Lilo makes that matchup a little better. Plus, they're running a location, which can be hard to deal with for the red-blue unless they're running Hideaway, or they can one-shot it with Maui. Kita is a really cool addition to this deck. She doesn't have the shift, but she's a 3/5/2 quester that says when you play this character, all other characters get -3 strength until the start of your next turn. If you're going wider in your board, you drop a Kita. She protects everybody on your board. She's also inkable, and I think she's a great addition to the deck. So shout out to you, Brendan DeCandio, for taking Charlie's Collectible 2 times in a row. Leave some pricing for the rest of us, bro. No, just kidding. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep inspiring, keep crushing it, and making these awesome deck lists. Here we go, number 2, the Spice, guys. The very nice Spice. This guy, Drowsy, or DRWZY, got dropped 128, and I wanted to showcase this deck because it looks awesome. They're running the BOGO, they're running the Clarabelle. A lot of draw power through the Clarabelle, the Diablo, the Beast, kind of the Robin Hood when he gets banished by Challenge, the Storms. And he's relying a lot on the Chief BOGO or not a lot, but Chief Bogo is another way to kind of help you out, especially into the green matchup when they're running those cursed merfolks. Bogo puts in work. So Chief Bogo says whenever you play a Floodborn character, deal 1 damage to each opposing character. We are also running the Ring the Bell, which banishes chosen damaged character. So it's a spot removal for only 3 lore, or for 3 ink. Also the Vision Slab, another really spicy tech that says at the start of your turn, if an opposing character has damage, you gain 1 lore. Also, bonus, damage counters cannot be removed. So, sorry Rapunzel, sorry Belle, sorry, help me out here guys. What's that? Popsicle. Sorry Popsicle, you're not going to be removing any damage off of those opposing characters. Hitting Cove at 3 to protect your characters, and it's a heavy Floodborn deck, so you have to run the Morph with all these cool targets like the Arthur, Tinkerbell, Robin Hood, Beast, Clarabelle, and the Diablo. I love that they're running the Arthur. Imagine this, you have an Arthur coming down after you have a Tinkerbell that's dried out on the field, on the play. You drop the Arthur, Arthur gives your Tinkerbell plus 3 strength, is it 3 or 2? Shoot, can't even read it from here. It gives it plus strength, plus 2 or 3. You can challenge into an opposing character that's readied, plus you get resist 2 or 3. I think it's 2. Is it 2? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Sorry, I can't even zoom into this card. Huh. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, I'm sorry. It is plus 2 and plus 2 resist. So it's challenger and resist plus 2. Sorry about that, guys. And of course, the Zeus. The Zeus is fantastic here in the meta right now because there's so many genies running around, and Zeus is the perfect answer. Speaking of Zeus, here is 2nd place. That was a great segue. So this player, Jeremiah Chatham, got 2nd place. So this was the showdown between DeCandio. I didn't watch it yet. I should though. I know it's somewhere out there online, but I need to watch the showdown. I need to watch the finals. Ruby Sapphire guys got cooked by Amber Steals, not song, but some songs. I think that's so cool. I'm a big Amber Steals player, so I support this. I support Red Blue getting cooked by Amber Steals, but it doesn't always happen, right, guys? Let's go over this deck list. They are running the Maui Shark and the Maui Rush. So a bunch of Mauis in this deck, less Lucky Dimes and less B Preps. They're relying a little more heavily on the Sisu because Sisu can't be sniped by an Ursula. Plus, Green Purple is very good into this list. Green Purple does very well. And Sisu is a great answer into that deck. Plus, the Maui Shark is another way of closing out games and gaining lore because you have a lot of actions in the deck, like Vision, Sail, Hideaway, Let It Go, How Far I'll Go, Brawl, a lot of stuff you can recur back. And another really cute thing that you can do is use Shield of Virtue. Ready your Maui and challenge another character to get a double hit and a double return on your actions. Vitalisphere is another really sneaky way of getting some Maui challenges, Maui Shark challenges, and getting back some of your actions. Recording those actions, gaining extra lore through Maui is so broken. And plus they have the Let It Go, which I think is really cool, and the Great Stone Dragon to keep inking without using resources from your hand. And I think that's it. The list looks awesome. 4 ice blocks with the 3 Sisus. Cool. Good job, man. Awesome work. Way to crush it. And here we go. Guys, it's time. It's Mufasa time. Steel Mufasa, to be exact. Love this guy. He's the MVP. One of my favorite decks because, of course, he got me top 16. Single-handedly got me top 16 at DLC Seattle, as you all know. But anyways, enough of the brag. Ruben Sosa, congratulations. Spotlight is on you. Awesome deck. Big fan of this deck list. He's running 4 1-drops, the Daisy Duck and the Cinderella. I love that ratio. Calhoun at 2, Doc at 2. Also love that ratio. Maybe Doc at 3 would work as well. Calhoun, I think, is fine at 2. You have a lot of other really strong 2-drops. We'll get to the Ursula in just a second. It's me at 4. Another fantastic 2-drop. Works very well with Rapunzel. And the Ursula at 3. I think this works really well. especially because of the purple card Genie. Purple card Genie is evasive and can't be touched by any of these characters. So the Ursula singing Zeus is one of the greatest, the best answers that you can play out. Plus, there's a lot of really good targets for the Zeus at the moment, like the Shark, what's his name? I just said it, Genie. Shark, Genie, good way to get the Tamatoa off the board by dealing 5 damage. And even for locations, you can also ping locations for 5. Dock at 3, Dock can ramp you into your 5 drops like the Chenpo, the Gantu, Mufasa, even a Cinderella shift on turn 4. Can be very strong. My personal favorite is the Chenpo on turn 4 to protect all of your characters. I personally like the Chenpo over the Pluto just because they can't ping your Chenpo, then take him out for free. Not like the Pluto, but Pluto does come out on 4. So if you don't have your dock ramp, you can just drop the Pluto on 4, protect your 1, 2, 3 curve, like the Daisy Duck, into the Smee, into the Lawrence, into Pluto. Rapunzel works really well with both of these characters, the Chenpo and the Pluto. And I do like the higher ratio of bodyguards. You do want to protect your characters as much as you can. And if you're up against a song deck that can get around the bodyguard effect, it's fine if you have the Pete to protect them. You also have Rapunzels to protect your characters and heal them up. Also to get around Gogo Tamago, the Rapunzel Chenpo line can be very strong. The Gantu is great at closing out games, especially into the red-blue. He's a 4/3 character. If he swings, you can always drop bodyguard because he can be a little vulnerable into purple. A lot of purple characters like the Madam Mim Fox, Snake have enough strength to take him down. There's a lot of Calhouns running around, so that's an easy banish for him too. So having a bodyguard protecting him can be very, very helpful. Mufasa at 4, the man, the myth, the legend. Cinderella at 3, high count on the Cinderella, which I think works because, like I mentioned earlier, the dock ramping you into Cinderella shift is so strong on 4, and you can always inker away. And if you high roll off Mufasa and hit a Cinderella, not too shabby. So 4/4, Strength of Raging Fire, Let the Storm Rage On. The songs for the Cinderella, and overall I think this is a fantastic pick, fantastic deck. I'm a big Mufasa enthusiast, so you have my full support. Ruben Sosa, congratulations on getting 3rd place. I wonder what he played against in 3rd to get 3rd. Was it red blue? It had to have been red blue, right? Here we go. Blurple, guys. Another one of my favorite decks right now. Blurple by Hazed. He got top 128. I wanted to showcase this deck because I'm a big Blurple believer, and I think it's very strong into this current meta, especially because of the introduction of Genie and sell the Azurite C. You do sell, you play Genie on 3, so good. Genie or a Merlin Rabbit on 3. I personally am a believer of Scrooge McDuck, the 4-cost 5/5 quest for 2. Plus the Bell combo, so I like either the Genie or the Scrooge on turn 4. But that's just me. Let's cover this guy's list. Sorry, I keep rambling off from what I'm playing, but Eternal Box Followers, Diablo, and Magic Broom, all at 4. So he is high on the 1-drops, which work fantastic if you're playing an Sell the Azurite C. You have that extra 1 ink, you can play out one of your other 1-drops that replace themselves. So they can always quest, get popped, draw a card, and you go through your deck so fast that you're going to see the answers like the Hades and the Elsa for your top end. Madam Mim Snake to bounce back your Merlin Rabbits, your Goats, your Crabs, even your Hades, so you can recur your blue Hades and remove characters. Alice 2 at 2, I think the Alice is great. I'm personally not a big fan of, but it worked out for him. And the reason why is because I personally like the ramp into your 4-drops, but Alice is a good way of protecting your characters and getting you an extra questing power on the board. But not hating, I love it. Moving on to the next one, Madam Mim Fox and the Crab as your other 3-drops. These guys are MVPs. Crab with the Diablo, awesome. Genie with the Crab, also fantastic. The Goat to close out the games, and just recur with your Fox and your Madam Mim Snake. Merlin Rabbit at 3. So he's running the 4/3 split, which I think works great. The more cards, the merrier. The Bell, so you can do your Genie shenanigans, and yeah, Genie's a big threat right now. And if you can challenge Genie into Genie, use Bell to redirect the damage onto the opposing Genie and banish it, that's one of the cleanest answers. Elsa at 4, she's an MVP, plus you can shift big Elsa on top of her. Hades is a 3/4 character that says quest for 3. During an opponent's turn, whenever one of your other characters is banished, you gain 2 lore. So if your Spidey senses tell you a B prep is coming, you can slam down a Hades and get a ton of lore this way. Of course, if you have other characters, he doesn't count himself. But he's at 1. He's good. I think he's fine. He can get banished by Medusa, but what can't in the meta, right, guys? Plus, I think it's fine because you can ink him away with Tipo if it's early game. And yeah, good stuff, guys. Sell the Azurite. See, broken card. Friends, broken card. It's playing good cards with ramp. We love it. We love it, guys. Next up is Amethyst Steel, Purple Steel. It's looking like that special deck. This is by Tristex90. Shout out to you, man. Getting top 8. Very nice. Playing high 1-drops. Chernobog's Followers, Diablo, Magic Broom, Maleficent to be aggro against those red blues does fantastic. Calhoun at 2, Doc at 3. I like this ratio, even at 4 Doc. But like, how does the bounce package work with the Doc? Does it work pretty well? You can recur the Doc, but if you're bouncing stuff, you usually have stuff in your hand, right? But if you gas out, I guess Doc works really well. If you end up gassing out, I don't know how it works with Yzma though. I know they're playing the Yzma, which I think is a really cool card. Only at 1, she is inkable. You can just ink her away. But if you're running all this draw power, like how often does she come up? I need to watch some of the games. Like I'm genuinely asking, how does Yzma work in this deck? Because I haven't played this deck, nor have I played Yzma. So I generally want to know how this works out. Only 2 Elsa. Gantu at 3, he's a great closer. You bounce him back, you can just save him, play him again, and get another 4 lore. He is hard to remove unless you're playing, unless your opponent's playing, say, like a Zeus or a Strength for 3, even tapping her down with Elsa, but there's not a lot of removal for him. And again, he does really well into red-blue just because of his high strength and high questing power. Befuddle, great way to regain tempo, and to fire the cannons, another really good tempo card. Queen's Castle at 3. I think Queen's Castle's great. I love the Queen's Castle. I also love Library. I think they're great locations. Some might say it's not the best right now because of the purple meta, and there's a lot of foxes and crabs running around, but I think it's an awesome pick. If you feel safe, you slap it down, you put your characters inside it. It can be a win more in some situations, but other than that, I think it's a really good tech if you're up, again, against red-blue. Just because red-blue is so relevant, guys, I keep bringing it up. Against the red-blue control matchup, slap down a Queen's Castle is gaining you 2 lore after every turn. Especially after a B prep turn, or if they have 0 characters on the field in play. The best answer they have is Hideaway, but they gotta have it, right? Green Purple, guys, top 16. Gerald Thraham, congratulations, dude. Fantastic for your fantastic run. Playing the EA Sports, it's in the game, guys. Chernobog's Followers, Curse Merfolk, Diablo, all the 1-drops, all the fantastic 1-drops. Curse Merfolk, oh my god, if you're not playing Steel Songs and have a Cindy, this Merfolk is wild, guys. It feels so bad challenging into it. But they are running the Bonsai at 4. Great for trading into characters. Any quest for 2, he's awesome. Tamago is a menace, guys. I personally still am not that great at playing against or around Gogo Tamago. I don't have that much practice into it, but I need to dial it down. It's so sneaky, guys. Like I'm telling you, man, I can fall into the Gogo Tamago trap, but Cloud Kicker at 4, he's a great tempo tool. Madam Mim at 4, Crab 4, White Rose at 2. She's great at getting you the lore. She's another Merlin goat. A Genie at 4, you gotta play the 4 goats, or the 4 genies. Rabbit at 2, for the draws. Bell at 2, because of that Genie Shenanigans combo that we said. There's also running Elsa at 4. Oh, sorry, I almost skipped the Cricky, guys. Cricky at 2. He's a great way out at slapping down and trading into opposing characters. He boosts your characters by 3 strength for this turn. And he's also questing for 3, so he puts on a lot of pressure. You clear their board, now you have to deal with the 3 quester, a 3/4/3 cluster. Also at 4, because exerting characters dealing damage is the MVP right now, guys. You gotta exert those genies and try to banish them as fast as you can, because they can run away with a lot of lore. Ursula only at 1, which is fine. This deck draws a lot of cards with purple, and especially because they're running friends on the other side at 4. And I've seen more songs come into play. I mean, there are Ursulas, but I don't think green steel is going to be that relevant. That's just my experience. I haven't ran into a lot of green steel, so I don't think the Ursula shenanigans are too prevalent unless you're playing against this. And this is like the only like big green deck, right, guys? The only big relevant like meta. Don't hate me, but I don't think green steel is going to have that much. I don't think it's going to be too relevant in this next LCQ coming up in Anaheim. But yeah, that's how it goes, guys. Friends on the other side at 4 for the draw power. Last deck, here we go. Ruby Ami by Kendall Burdett, aka No I'm Not. Top 4, congratulations on topping. He's running 8 1-drops, the Brooms and the Chernobog's Followers, the Flynn Rider Sisu combo that is still so good. It's really hard to deal with unless you're running Amber Steel Songs. So like it just works. That's what the snake is there for. If you can drop a snake on Amber Steel Songs turn 2, if your Broom or Chernobog's Followers survive, or if you go first, then you're going to be in a really good spot. The Genie at 3, so they're splitting the 3/3 Genies and Merlin Rabbit. I think the Rabbit's very good, because you can keep bouncing it back to your hand, replaying it, and keep drawing and refreshing your hand. Especially with so much purple, if you ever face, say, the Mirror, Merlin Rabbit is an MVP at refreshing your hands and winning at the resource hand game. Bow at 1, because you're okay with the Genies, because you're also running a lot of Bras. So the removal for the Genie comes down to the Bra, Maui's Fishhook, Dragonfire. You can move a Maui, or you can use the Maui's Fishhook on a Maui for free. And then you can challenge your opposing Genies, because it gives them evasive. Running the Sisu, Big Sisu at 1, Bra at 4, Dragonfire at 1, very spicy. I'm guessing the Dragonfire is for the opposing red-blue. You can shoot down a Tamatoa. You can shoot down a Maui Shark. So there's a lot of really good targets for the Dragonfire. They're running Friends at 4, B-Prep at 4, and of course that Fishhook at 1, which if you don't need it, you can just ink away. But I think it's a really cool tech. And that's it, guys. We've covered all the decks that I wanted to cover. I know there's more on ink decks that are gonna keep getting published or posted on there, so you can always reference back to it. But guys, remember, giveaway, make sure to enter. It was cool hanging out with all of you. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a live day, so make sure to tune in and see what shenanigans we're up to. Always a pleasure, guys. Appreciate you all. See you next time. Peace.